the gardener, and we're in the middle of November and we are 2 weeks away from summer. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. We are owed a good summer and it feels like it could very well be one, so here's hoping. So I'm in that sweet spot, the bit between planting out in the garden and waiting for the first harvest to come in. There's not a lot to do, the plants are manageable, the what harvest there is minimal, so you can just enjoy it, and the weeds are down because you've taken care of them just most recently in the planting process. The watering, it's not too hot, not too dry, so watering is not a problem, and so you can actually stop and enjoy the garden, take a breath and throw yourself into other crazy projects. Oh my gosh, so my latest project is extending the growing space the cheapest way I know how, by making buckets into planters. It's a good size, it's 9.6 litres, and it will perfectly house these leftover peppers that I just couldn't bear to part with. So that will be my project for today, is to get all these peppers into buckets. But yeah, the garden is looking fabulous. I actually didn't think I'd get to this point. It's taken probably about 3 weeks longer than I would have liked. So I need to plan better for next season so that I'm arriving at the planting stage, completed planting stage, a lot earlier. I mean, we have a really mild climate. I can grow sunflowers in the winter, so I shouldn't need to wait until the safe from frost plant date, because we don't get frosts. What we do get is pretty bad offshore storms from the sea, and that's the bit that holds me back. But I need to balance it better and maybe protect the garden more. But anyway, the garden's done. Come and have a look. It is a beautiful sunny morning and it's going to be a fabulous day. Come and see the garden. I want to show you. Come on. This row is what I like to call Sector 1, and I take care of it on a Monday. I took care of it yesterday. So what we have, I'll just take you on a quick tour of Sector 1. We have the herbs in. I had to buy in basil because mine didn't germinate. Well, it did germinate, it just died shortly thereafter. But these were in the clearance section, so I rescued them. Aren't these flowers gorgeous? I'm not overly enamored with this gladioli colour, but I love this one. This is, it's so pretty. And check this out. I nearly have a dahlia. Yay! They're just little tiny pom-pom ones, but I love them. The peas are nearly finished, but there's still some to be had. Hang on. Oh, check this out. Oh, peas for breakfast? Yes, please. Wow, so sweet. Okay, so we've had quite a few pickings off these, and they're almost coming to an end. But that's okay, because I have this row, and that should take us through to Christmas, hopefully. The sweet corn is in and up. I normally plant 2 seeds per station, and then I plant a little row just to the side here, in case ones don't come out, and then I can fill any gaps. So currently we have no gaps. Okay, these are the squash. Some is good, some isn't. The camo is doing really well, but down the other end, the sugar pie one is looking decidedly unhealthy. But I do have a spare. It's the only spare I have, which is really weird because I gave everything away except that one, so just must have known I would need it. And the Lady Godiva pumpkin seed pumpkin, it completely snapped off at the base for some reason, probably in a high wind. So there are seeds in there because there was no spare. And the onion, oh my gosh, now this is going to ruin my perfectly planted garden because it's about to imminently create a bare patch, and I'm going to have to figure out what to plant in its place. The Pukekohe longkeepers still have a way to go, but they're getting there. Don't you just love this patterning up the leaves? I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It's like someone's plaited them together. But anyway, this is what I wanted to show you. These are starting to bend over at their stems, meaning that they're almost ready for harvest. And look at the size of them. Now the thing is, last season I got big, huge, massive onions, and they were really a pain to cook with because you could only use half or even quarter in some situations. So what I did is I planted them closer together this year to hopefully get smaller onions, but I've got more big ones. So there we go. So they're almost ready. As you can see, they're bending over. So they will be coming out very shortly. These are a Spanish yellow. I've not grown these ones before, but I'm pretty impressed. And then beside the onions in my crop rotation cycle is my tomatoes. Now I've built the frames for them to grow up. So it's just washing line and a combination of rebar and waratahs. And then you just tie them to it as they grow. See, here they are being tied in. I'm really nervous about the tomatoes, to be honest, because last year I had the pith necrosis stem disease, and I really don't want that again this year. It's a bacterial disease, so I'm being really careful, trying not to contaminate one tomato plant after playing with the other. But yeah, they're looking all right so far, and I'm inspecting them regularly for tomato potato facility, because that thing is nasty and you don't want that, because there's no coming back from that. So if you see sugar crystals on your leaves, you know you've got a problem and you need to treat it immediately. But even better still is check every day for little like pin cushions, pins poking out the side of the leaves. They're really, really tiny, but they look like pins in a pin cushion. And if you can get it at the egg stage, that's even better. So this is sector 2. I'll be taking care of that today because it's Tuesday and this is the Tuesday row. So these are my other onions, and so they're basically all the fun onions that aren't staple. So those are the staple onions. These are the fun onions. So we've got leeks. They're doing really well. There was a bit of rust, which is a bit annoying, but I've been spraying for that. But it hasn't jumped across to the onions, which is good, because look, my red onions are also almost ready. I like small red onions, and I planted these close together as well, but I'm getting big ones. Oh, and these ones, oh my gosh, these are like little pearl onions or something. They're supposed to be really little, great for pickling apparently, and they've gone massive. So I planted them really close together, and they're massive as well. And then we've got shallots and more shallots and elephant garlic. Oh, and exciting, I've got my automatic water distributor out for the first time this week. So what this does is it's connected to a water computer over at the tap, and it waters 6 beds. They're all connected through these little hubs down here. It waters on a timer 6 beds at a time. And at the moment it is watering, hang on, I'll come back to you because you're fun. It is watering the brassicas, and that just started while I was talking to you about the tomatoes. So that's automatically watering. It's a great little system. so I don't need to think about it. Waters it for 9 minutes. I know that 9 minutes is the right length of time for my garden, because what happens after 9 minutes is it all starts pooling out. So while we're here, we probably should talk about the brassicas. These are my summer ones. They are going to have a hard time because brassicas don't like drying out, and the cabbage whites are a pain in the but it's good to have kohlrabi and broccoli and red cabbage, Savoy cabbage and cauliflower, you know, for things to eat in the summer. So, but coming back here, this is my odds and sods bed, and these are my eggplants. So that's a baby berinjai, and that's just a black knight or something like that. So that's a normal black one, and that's a small cute little one, great flavour. And check this out, the peanuts are flowering already. That's really exciting. Peanuts are really cool because what will happen is that will actually drop a thing called a peg coming down from the flower, and it will go into the soil, and the peanut will grow underneath the ground from there. So there'll be a stalk directly connected to where the flower was, down in the soil. It's great. It's fun. I love growing peanuts. We also have okra. The leaves are a little bit yellow when they first come out, but they green up. I think maybe it might be something to do with temperature. I have soybeans here. They've been eaten by something. Hopefully they will be able to pull themselves together through it. And this is popcorn. I planted the popcorn in the greenhouse in September. Now my plan is ambitious. I want to grow 4 different kinds of corn this summer, separated by time, not space. So they got started really early, which is why they're really big. I planted those end of October. So when the onion comes out, I will sow some seed there for some glass gem, and then I've got another space either when these guys come out, probably not them actually, maybe over there when the garlic comes out. I've got some painted mountain corn, so hopefully I'll be able to get all 4 of them separated by time so they don't cross-pollinate each other. Oh dear, fun times. Now these are my melons. Oh, he doesn't look very well. Don't get sick. Okay, so this is my candy red, and it doesn't look very well. Oh, I'll have to give it some love today. It is in the Tuesday row. There's a rock melon and a honeydew and a sugar baby and one called Spanish whimsy or something, which I'm looking to try. But yeah, so the big one, they're all small melons and they will scramble, and then the other ones will just go across the ground. And then we go, the Brassica irrigation has just turned off, so it'll pop up somewhere else soon. This is my salad crops. We need to eat more breakfast. Was it French breakfast? Because they're getting a bit big. And these under here also are amethyst radish, and I really need to eat those as well. They're getting quite big. But this is my lettuce. I'm succession planting, so there's little ones and big ones, and we're eating so much lettuce at the moment, it's crazy. And so just keep planting them, keep planting, so we always have them. And there's some spring onions. Now this is really cool. This is my pepper bed, and I successfully overwintered these, which I'm really impressed with, because as you can see, some of them are actually at the flowering point already. But they didn't all survive the winter, and so I have had to put seedlings in for to replace the ones that died. And as you can see, it's going to be quite some time before we get fruit off them, but you know, it's pretty cool. Along the edge here are all the seedlings that still need to find a home. It's mostly the marigolds. So yeah, not too bad. I think the celeriac's the only one but that takes ages to get huge. And in this bed I've got my zucchini. There are 4 zucchini. I'm going to grow them up these poles. They don't naturally climb, so I'm going to restrain them against their will and lash them to the post as they get tall enough. It works quite well, saves a lot of space and allows me to fit 4 of them in a bed this size. This is the garlic. And it's been a struggle, I won't lie. We've had rust. Yeah, you can see the rust there, look. But I've been struggling with it for about a good couple of months, or maybe even more than that. But what I've been doing is giving it haircuts and spraying it regularly, or maybe not as regularly as I should have. It's probably why I've got a problem. One of those things that I'll get round to it. But it's so close. I mean, look at the size of these stems. Some of them are really good. So, and I had a bit of a poke around under the saw, and they're just at that point where they're fattening up. So I can't give them any more haircuts. So what I need to do now is just limp them along so that they get to the point where the bulbs fatten up without dying or leaving it too late or too soon. And then, because normally you tell that's right by the lower third of the leaves go brown and start to dry off, and that's how you know it's ready. But I've already cut them off, so I don't want to miss the moment when they're actually ready. So I'll just have to do a lot of sneaky squirrel checking. Alright, so hopefully we'll make it to the harvest with some decent bulbs. Fingers crossed. This is the leafy greens. There's some spinach and some rainbow beet, but they've only just been planted, so it's going to take a wee while for them to bounce back into lusciousness. And then beside them we have my carrots and roots, so that's fennel and beetroot, loads of beetroot. I love beetroot. Last year it didn't come to anything, so I have high hopes. And my parsnips and carrots, looking great, although last year's carrots and parsnips are still in the ground, so we need to eat those. Over here we have the potatoes. They're actually doing okay, well, except this one. I sprayed all of them just recently for fungal because I thought it might have had blight, because it's gone all droopy, so I don't really know why. But yeah, but the rest of them look good, so I'm not too worried. And beside that we have the beans. So we've been eating broad beans. I'm actually coming around to them. My kidney beans didn't pop up, so I need fresh seed. And these are cannellini beans, cannellino beans, so the white ones. So that's cool. This one, I can't even pronounce what it is. Let's run the wrong way. So, but I picked it for a reason, so it must be good. And this one is cocoa white, which I'm looking forward to trying. And then there's some purple butter and green beans, and my bolotis at the back didn't pop up, neither did my limers. But here I have, flapping in the breeze, humongous, what is it? Humongous megapods. They're from Yates, and I'm looking forward to getting those because they are big. And then some snake beans. So that'll be fun. And then beside the beans, got cucumbers, and they just grow up the frame. I need to build one more frame for the gherkins so they can scramble up too. They're looking a bit pale. It's just because they've only just been planted as well, so they'll settle in and brighten up, and away they go. It's encouraging to see flowers. And the asparagus. So I just picked a whole lot last night, so we had asparagus for tea. But it looks like we might need to have asparagus for tea again tonight. So that is sector 3, and I deal with that on a Wednesday. On a Thursday I pay attention to these small beds and anything in pots. So here I have Jerusalem artichokes, some things in pots that need attention. And this is my globe artichokes. We've had maybe 3, maybe 4 big harvests off them. this is probably the last we'll have, so I'll have to do something fun with those. The yams are looking fabulous this year. I'm really excited. There is a chance that we might actually get something. I haven't had a decent harvest in yams in like forever, but I still keep trying. These are flowers. Oh my gosh, they are so pretty. This whole bed is supposed to be flowers, but I will get around to it. But once these are open, oh my gosh, you can't really see. They are California poppy, but they're silk tie, so they're a lovely pink. But the problem is, I just put their container down on the soil last season hoping to plant them out, and they've rooted right through. But they're so pretty, so now I don't know what to do. And then we have the pond. It's a riot of colour with the Flanders poppies that I sowed on Anzac Day. And the pond is looking absolutely amazing. But I haven't seen any tadpoles yet, which is really disappointing because there were at least five frogs chilling out in it over the summer, so they know where it is. Yeah, I'm gonna do some planting up around here and make it look really pretty. And over here, this bed here is still empty. I'm gonna sow some edible flower seeds and some calendula in here, so treat them a bit like a crop, which will be fun. The rhubarb is finally taking off. It took ages. I don't know why it was so slow this summer. And the pumpkins, they are doing a great. I've even got a big fat baby. Look at him. So pleased. Right. And then over here is my arch that I made. That's so cool. It's just plastic trellis with some rebar and some irrigation tube and some cable ties. It's great. And what I'm going to have scrambling up that is loofahs. And some more pumpkins over here. Oh, hello, flowers. They won't come to anything just yet because they're all boys. Never mind. He looks a bit spindly, but he's only just been planted after way too long in a pot. And as always with gardening, oh, you should have seen this last week. Oh, it was a riot of colours. Because there's a lot of antirrhinums, snapdragons in there, and the poppies, and the red of the antirrhinums and the poppies just like headed off. It was amazing. Now over to the other side of the chicken coop door. Hello, darlings. Hello. Oh yeah, that's a big story. Okay, so here is a boysenberry, a loganberry, and a blackberry. But the only problem is something's eating them. Look at it. So I need to figure out what's going on, otherwise I won't get anything. I might need to build a frame or something to protect them, which is really disheartening. And over here is my New Zealand cranberry and my currants, and I can't remember which is which, black, white and red. And then the summer raspberries are doing really well, but I'm not expecting anything from them this summer. And likewise the autumn ones are doing really well, and there is a chance I can have raspberries this autumn, so I'm quite excited about that. And then here we have the strawberries. The strawberries have been a bit through the ringer. Yeah, they've had a hard life, but they're bouncing back, and I did actually pick a decent amount last night. I'll show you that here. And beside the strawberries, we have the blueberries, and I have to show you my stubborn, I nearly threw it out, blueberry has blueberries. So yay! I think there's some on there as well. They're new this year, but none on those. And there's a gooseberry over there, just a normal gooseberry, and I don't think we'll get anything this season, but at least it's alive and well. And Cape gooseberries, a lot have fallen off, but they're not very nice at the moment because the wind knocked them all off before they got a chance to sweeten up. But it's going to be delicious very soon. So the pumpkins and the berries and everything down this end of the garden gets taken care of on a Friday. Unfortunately, being a Friday, there is a huge potential for a bit of neglect, so I have to really work hard to make sure that they're actually taken care of. So here we are, Tuesday morning, 2 weeks out till summer. The garden's looking in good shape, so I'm going to get on with some kind of other as yet unknown project, because there's bound to be something on my list I can drag up and take care of. So thanks so much for watching. Come again soon. The garden is just ready to burst into life, and I am excited to watch it happen. So take care, and we'll see you real soon. Take care. Bye bye.